Oh man, the unveiling of the all digital Xbox One S got me thinking because I can see it right now. I can see the Sony Ponies making a video, podcast about it. I can see Porter Rock and his sloth ass mouth talking about it. Weapon Wheel podcast. I can see all of them talking about how this shows how dominant Sony is. And from a non-fanboy perspective, I can tell you one thing. This is showing Sony Ponies your future. Digital is the future. And this is not me advocating for digital being the future. I'm showing you if this device turns out to be successful, which it's a small chance it is, it's at the end of the life cycle. The next gen console's on its way out within a year. A little bit over a year. I say the end of next year. This thing here is for casual gamers. And a lot of you claim not to be casual gamers. And why I say it's for casuals is like this. Unless you are crazy enough to repurchase every game you've worked on buying physically to make it all digital, I don't see the point of buying this console. I honestly don't see the point of buying this console. Unless, okay, I get it. You need something to give to your kids or so. Or you don't like you want a game when you get home. You don't want to go to a store and buy games. You're not that into games. You wouldn't care. You just want something that you can just play. And it's probably going to be compatible with the whole Play Anywhere thing more than it's going to probably work with that pretty seamlessly in comparison to a physical media console version of the Xbox One S. Okay? This is for casuals. If you already have an Xbox One S or just the Xbox One original like I do, I just added a hard drive to it. Why the fuck would I buy another one if my system works perfectly fine? But that's not what this is about. Me and my friend actually been talking about this. And then it shouldn't be a surprise to the rest of these people out here because they announced that they was going to make this thing a reality many months ago. Sometime in December, January, everybody was talking about the all digital version. But like I said in this video just previously, I'm waiting for all the Sony Ponies to do videos about this because they always got some kind of perspective as if it's not going to happen on Sony. And then when it does happen on Sony, they are doing backpedaling and talking about how great it is. When in actuality, their all digital service pales in comparison to Microsoft. But then again, this is not about dick measuring. This is about the fact that we're going to end up in an all digital era if this thing is a success. So hopefully it's not a success. Hopefully it's just a skill that gives options to the gamers out there, and they make many less of these things and they make much more of the ones with a hard drive on it, because you better believe Microsoft has always been shafting people slowly, just sticking it, like my friend says, it's like sticking it in there, sticking the head in just a little bit to get you nice and ready before they just thrust you. It happened with Xbox Live service when it first dropped on the Xbox One, the original Xbox, and all the Sony fanboys said, what? You're gonna pay $50 for online? We can play online on PS2 for free. I'm not paying for this one. And then next thing you know, it turned out to be a success. It turned out to be lucrative for Microsoft. They put out the numbers of how much they was making off of Xbox Live. And then Xbox 360 was a resounding success, which means the Xbox Live subscriptions jumped. They really jumped. And what happened? Next thing you know, we're paying for PlayStation Plus. And then they trying to mirror everything that Microsoft has been doing with their online store and their online service. It's not as seamless as how the Xbox ones or the Xbox on Live work, but it's damn close. So, to all of those people who are pro Sony, who's not sitting back and looking at it, owning multiple consoles, and just sitting back looking at the whole gaming world collectively, you're only looking at it from a narrow perspective. What turns out to be a success on Microsoft's part will turn out to be a reality on everybody else's. So, if you don't want this to be a success, don't talk about it, don't advertise it, don't go crazy about it. Just like, yeah, it's out, it's finally out, blah blah blah. But when you sit here talking as if it's never going to happen, remember it happened in the past. Remember, a lot of the ponies said it wouldn't happen, and sure enough it has. So don't buy it. But don't sit there and be oblivious when Sony brings out their version of it, because it's gonna happen. And then Nintendo will bring theirs out about 3 years later. You know how they do. But hell, all jokes aside, they're actually doing it now. You actually have to buy more memory cards. You already paying a lot to game on a Switch. You have to buy a pro controller. You got to buy a memory card. They got all this games that they selling them digitally that you can download right on the Switch itself. So yeah, Nintendo's been doing it already. Most people I've been talking to who own Switches, who aren't mad at me for being critical about it, have said yes, they have downloaded a lot of digital things. And I'm like, I can't do the all digital. I can't. There's only certain games I can do all digital. The games that don't exist physically. That's about it. If there's a disc, I'm going, and I want the game, I'm going to own it. That's just how I feel. So I'm not happy about this shit. You know? My Xbox One and my PS4, for the most part, just about, unless it's one of those games that's offered through the PS Plus or the gold with games, are physical. Okay, it's not like I just go. I couldn't do that because I was like, you know what, this game might be garbage. It might be straight garbage, and I want to be able to exchange it within a few days for another game or store credit. Or if I make it, yeah, that's all you can get once it's open. I'll be damned. You can't do that with digital. Can you? I don't think so. I mean, hell, they just finally started giving people their money back on Sony's consoles for a game, for digital downloads. So be wary about that, people. Overall, Xbox One S, man, the all digital version, it's only really something that I see new gamers using. And it's a testing phase. Because I swear, if a bunch of Xbox go out and buy this console and a lot of casuals go buy it, what you think our future is going to have? Nah, I'm scared as shit. But I digress. So as usual, because I'm a Fury, I'm here, and now I'm out. Peace.